Let's take a moment to envision something together. Imagine yourself 30 days from now. What picture comes to mind? Do you see the same individual you are today? Or do you see someone evolved, someone with greater strength, sharper discipline, and clearer focus? This is precisely what we're exploring today, the craft of reinventing yourself within a single month. Here's an interesting observation. People tend to overvalue what they can accomplish in 12 months while undervaluing what they can achieve in 30 days. A month holds remarkable power. It provides sufficient time to establish meaningful change, yet remains brief enough to maintain concentration and drive. It's the ideal time frame to launch your path toward achievement. Here's something crucial to understand. Achievement doesn't happen by chance. Achievement is a decision. And at this very moment, you're making that decision. You're deciding to command your own destiny, to cease drifting and begin crafting. Because here's the reality. If you don't architect your own life blueprint, you'll likely slip into someone else's blueprint. And their vision for you, it's probably quite limited. So what does this month-long achievement blueprint entail? It rests on four essential foundations: mindset, goals, habits, and action. These form the bedrock of personal evolution. Master these elements, and you'll be astonished by what you can accomplish in merely 30 days. Let's begin with mindset. Your mind resembles a garden. What are you cultivating within it? Are you sowing seeds of uncertainty, anxiety, and restriction? Or are you planting seeds of potential, development, and prosperity? Because here's the reality: whatever you cultivate will flourish. Over these next 30 days, I want you to become an expert cultivator of your mind. Remove those invasive plants of pessimistic thinking. Uproot those restricting beliefs that have been constraining you and begin planting fresh seeds. Seeds of optimism, seeds of potential, seeds of your ideal self. How do you accomplish this? It begins with your internal dialogue. The manner in which you speak to yourself carries immense significance. Most individuals don't grasp this, but roughly 60,000 thoughts flow through your mind daily. And for countless people, the bulk of these thoughts lean negative. I'm incapable of this. I'm inadequate. This is too challenging. Does this ring a bell? Well, throughout the next 30 days, I want you to intercept those pessimistic thoughts. Capture them, question them, and transform them. Swap "I can't" for "how might I." Swap "I'm not good enough" for "I'm continuously learning and evolving." Swap "it's too difficult" for "this represents a chance for me to grow stronger." This transcends mere optimistic thinking. This is calculated thinking. This concerns reprogramming your mind for achievement. Because here's the fundamental truth. Achievement originates in your thoughts before it manifests in your reality. Now let's discuss goals. Goals serve as the navigation system of achievement. Without defined goals, you're simply roaming. You may be in motion, but you're not advancing. For this month-long blueprint, I want you to establish defined, precise goals, not ambiguous desires, but tangible objectives. What do you aim to accomplish over the next 30 days? Perhaps shedding 10 pounds, perhaps completing 5 books, perhaps boosting your earnings by 20%. Whatever it may be, make it precise, make it quantifiable, and crucially, make it significant to you. You see, a goal's strength doesn't lie solely in reaching it. The genuine strength lies in the person you evolve into while pursuing that goal. When you establish a goal to shed 10 pounds, you're not merely working toward a figure on a scale. You're evolving into someone who prioritizes wellness, who embodies discipline, who can postpone immediate satisfaction for a superior outcome. That's the authentic transformation. But here's the crucial element. You don't simply establish the goal and abandon it. Document it. Review it every single day. Envision it. Experience it. Because whatever captures your attention grows. Whatever occupies your thoughts, you manifest. Now let's proceed to habits. If goals represent the destination, habits represent the transportation that delivers you there. Your habits, repeated continuously, are what mold your existence. As the wisdom goes, we become what we consistently practice. Excellence, therefore, isn't a singular action, but a habit. Over the next 30 days, I want you to concentrate on cultivating new empowering habits. And here's the key insight. Begin modestly. Don't attempt to revolutionize everything simultaneously. Select one or two critical habits that will generate the greatest influence on your goals. Perhaps rising an hour earlier daily. Perhaps dedicating 30 minutes to reading before sleep. Perhaps engaging in 20 minutes of physical activity each morning. Whatever you select, dedicate yourself to it. Execute it every single day without exception. Because steadiness is the cornerstone of transformation. And here's something vital. Monitor your habits. Maintain a journal. Utilize an application. Whatever system serves you best. But monitor them because what receives measurement receives management. And what receives management receives enhancement. Keep in mind, habits function like compound interest for your existence. They may appear insignificant on a daily basis, but across time the outcomes are remarkable. The habits you establish during these 30 days can fundamentally alter the direction of your life. Now let's address the fourth foundation, action. Because all the mental conditioning, all the objective setting, all the habit development in existence holds no value without action. Action is what animates everything. For the upcoming 30 days, I want you to pledge yourself to substantial action. Not merely any action, but substantial action. Because ordinary action generates ordinary outcomes. And you're not present for ordinary, correct? You're present for exceptional. What does substantial action resemble? It signifies accomplishing more than you believe possible. It signifies surpassing your comfort boundaries every single day. It signifies when you believe you've finished, you complete 5 additional repetitions. When you desire to surrender, you persist. Now, I can already sense some of you contemplating, but what if I stumble? What if I implement all this action and it proves unsuccessful? Well, allow me to share something with you. Stumbling is not achievement's opposite, it's achievement's component. Every stumble, every obstacle, every error is merely feedback. It's intelligence you can employ to modify your methodology, to polish your approach. Actually, I desire you to stumble. Correct. You perceive that accurately. I desire you to stumble because if you're not stumbling, you're not challenging yourself adequately. You're operating too cautiously, and operating cautiously represents the most hazardous choice you can make in our current world. So, throughout the next 30 days, I want you to reconstruct your perspective on stumbling. Perceive it as an instructor, not an adversary. Welcome it, extract lessons from it, and crucially, continue advancing despite it. Now, let's address something that's utterly essential to your achievement during these 30 days. Your surroundings. You understand. Your surroundings possess greater strength than your determination. If you aspire to revolutionize your existence, you must revolutionize your surroundings. For the upcoming 30 days, I want you to become exceptionally deliberate regarding your surroundings, the individuals you associate with, the intelligence you absorb, the locations where you invest your time. All of these mold you beyond your awareness. Begin with the individuals in your existence. I once stated, you embody the average of the 5 individuals you invest the most time with. So, who constitute your 5? Are they propelling you toward development or restraining you? Are they championing your aspirations or dismissing them? Throughout the next 30 days, pursue positive influences. Discover mentors, even through literature or podcasts. Associate with individuals who motivate you, who test you, who inspire you toward improvement. And if you cannot locate these individuals within your immediate sphere, venture out and discover them. Participate in organizations, attend educational gatherings, build connections. And while we're addressing surroundings, let's examine the intelligence you're absorbing. In our contemporary world, we face an intelligence bombardment. But here's the reality. Not all intelligence holds equal value. Some intelligence strengthens you, some exhausts you. Throughout the next 30 days, exercise great selectivity regarding what you permit into your consciousness. Eliminate the pessimistic news broadcasts, the rumor-filled social platforms, the purposeless television. Instead, nourish your consciousness with material that motivates you, that enlightens you, that compels you toward development. Consume literature, absorb podcasts, view educational content. Transform learning into a daily practice. Now let's address something numerous individuals disregard concerning personal evolution. Your physical environment. Your physical surroundings exert tremendous influence on your mental state and your output capacity. Throughout the next 30 days, I want you to refine your physical environment for achievement. Eliminate the disorder. Arrange your work area. Construct surroundings that invigorate you, that motivate you. Because when your environment maintains order, your consciousness follows accordingly. Excellent. We've examined substantial territory. We've addressed mindset, objectives, habits, action, and surroundings. But there exists one additional essential component to this 30-day evolution blueprint, and T hats responsibility. You understand, making commitments to yourself proves effortless. Establishing objectives proves effortless. Declaring you'll accomplish something proves effortless. But when circumstances become challenging, when drive diminishes, when existence interferes, that's when responsibility becomes essential. Throughout the next 30 days, I want you to establish responsibility in your existence. Locate a responsibility associate, someone who mirrors your dedication to development, someone who will monitor your progress, someone who will maintain your commitment. This could be a companion, a relative, a professional associate. This could even be a guide or advisor. The significant factor is selecting someone you honor, someone you refuse to disappoint. Communicate your objectives with them. Connect with them consistently. Demonstrate honesty regarding your advancement and your obstacles. And here's an influential suggestion. Establish a public declaration. Broadcast your objectives on social platforms. Inform your companions and relatives what you are pursuing. When you publicize your intentions, you generate social obligation to execute. Employ that obligation to your benefit. Now, as we approach the conclusion of our discussion, I want to address something significant. This 30-day blueprint we've been examining isn't simple. Evolution never proves simple. Days will emerge when you resist performing the work. Moments will surface when you desire to surrender, when you question its value. During those moments, I want you to recall why you initiated. Recall the vision you maintain for your existence. Recall the person you're evolving into. And crucially, recall this. The discomfort of discipline measures in ounces, but the discomfort of remorse measures in tons. You understand, a month forward, you're going to arrive somewhere. That's certain. The inquiry is, where will you arrive? Will you occupy the identical position you currently hold, with the identical habits, the identical mindset, the identical outcomes? Or will you be someone transformed, someone with greater strength, sharper discipline, increased achievement? The decision belongs to you. And you're executing that decision not merely once but every single day throughout the next 30 days. Every instance you rise early, every instance you advance through discomfort, every instance you select development over ease. You're selecting your future identity. And allow me to share something with you. That future identity champions you. That future identity comprehends your capabilities. That future identity simply awaits you to release your potential. So, as we conclude, I want to present you with this. The upcoming 30 days will elapse whether you implement action or not. Time will advance regardless. The inquiry is, will you advance alongside it? Will you utilize these 30 days to revolutionize your existence? Will you employ them to construct fresh habits, to broaden your consciousness, to extend your boundaries? Or will you permit them to dissolve into another month of unrealized capability? I maintain faith in you. I maintain faith in your capacity for development, for transformation, for achievement. But my faith holds significantly less importance than your faith in yourself. So, right here, at this moment, I want you to render a decision. Determine that the upcoming 30 days will differ. Determine that you'll contribute your maximum effort. Determine that you'll evolve into the individual you've always recognized you could become. Keep in mind, achievement isn't something you chase. Achievement is something you magnetize through the individual you become. So throughout the next 30 days, concentrate on becoming. Become more disciplined, become more informed, become more adaptable. And as you progress, as you revolutionize yourself daily, you'll discover that your existence begins to revolutionize as well. Your connections will strengthen. Your profession will accelerate. Your wellness will thrive. Because when you transform, everything transforms. So venture forward and render these next 30 days significant. Welcome the test. Welcome the unease. Welcome the expansion. Because beyond that test, beyond that unease, exists the existence you've perpetually envisioned. You possess magnificence within you. You possess capability exceeding your imagination. And these next 30 days represent your chance to access that magnificence, to unleash that capability. Don't permit this chance to escape you. Don't permit another day to elapse without implementing action. Commence now. Commence where you stand. Commence with your available resources. But commence because a month forward you'll desire you had commenced today. Remember, it concerns not resources. It concerns ingenuity. It concerns not your starting position. It concerns your determined destination. It concerns not your past actions. It concerns your willingness starting at this moment. So execute that initial step. Implement that initial modification. Plant that initial seed. And then cultivate it every single day throughout the next 30 days. Irrigate it with your exertion, your resolve, your unwavering pursuit of expansion, and observe as that seed begins germinating. Observe as those minor daily actions begin accumulating. Observe as you begin revolutionizing not merely your habits, not merely your actions, but your fundamental identity. Because that's what this 30-day blueprint genuinely concerns. It concerns not merely executing different activities. It concerns becoming a different individual. An individual who doesn't merely fantasize about achievement, but who implements daily action to construct it. An individual who doesn't generate justifications, but who discovers resolutions. An individual who doesn't await opportunity, but who generates it. As you progress through these next 30 days, I want you to maintain a journal. Document your contemplations, your encounters, your triumphs, and indeed even your obstacles. This journal will become an influential instrument for contemplation and expansion. It will demonstrate your progress distance, and it will remind you of the insights you've acquired throughout the path. And here's something influential. At each day's conclusion, I want you to pose yourself these inquiries. What did I absorb today? How did I expand? What generates my appreciation? These inquiries will assist you in maintaining viewpoint. They'll assist you in staying concentrated on expansion, and they'll assist you in nurturing an appreciation disposition. Because appreciation, my companions, represents the remedy to anxiety, to uncertainty, to stagnation. When you're appreciative, you cannot experience fear. When you're appreciative, you cannot experience doubt. When you're appreciative, you cannot experience complacency. Appreciation ignites the flames of aspiration and powers the mechanism of persistence. Now, as you progress through this 30-day evolution, remember this: advancement, not flawlessness. You're not targeting flawless 30 days. You're targeting 30 days of steady exertion, of perpetual learning, of relentless expansion. Days will emerge when you don't reach expectations. Days will emerge when you falter. But here's the essential element. It concerns not never faltering. It concerns perpetually rising again. It concerns not never committing errors. It concerns extracting lessons from every error. So when those demanding days materialize, and they will materialize, don't criticize yourself harshly. Don't abandon effort. Instead, demonstrate self-compassion. Remind yourself that this constitutes part of the progression. Recover yourself. Extract the insight and persist advancing. Remember, the objective isn't flawlessness. The objective is superiority to yesterday's version. And if you can accomplish that daily for 30 days, you'll be astonished by your achievable distance. Now let's address something frequently disregarded in achievement discussions: the influence of commemoration. Excessively often, we're so concentrated on the subsequent objective, the subsequent milestone, that we neglect to commemorate our triumphs throughout the path. Throughout the next 30 days, I want you to commemorate your victories, regardless of their apparent insignificance. Did you awaken punctually? Commemorate it. Did you maintain your fresh habit? Commemorate it. Did you persist when you desired surrender? Commemorate it. These commemorations fulfill an influential function. They strengthen positive conduct. They elevate your drive. They remind you that you're generating advancement even when perception suggests otherwise. So don't postpone until the 30 days conclude to commemorate. Commemorate every single day. Commemorate every advancement step, regardless of size. Because those minor steps, those daily triumphs, constitute what establishes the foundation for substantial evolutions. Now, as we approach our discussion's conclusion, I want to address something significant. This 30-day blueprint we've been examining isn't a miraculous solution. It won't resolve all your difficulties instantaneously. What it represents is a launching point. It's a propulsion platform for lifelong expansion and achievement. You understand, the authentic objective here isn't merely experiencing exceptional 30 days. The authentic objective is generating enduring transformation to cultivate habits and mindsets that will serve you throughout your existence. This 30-day blueprint represents merely your journey's commencement. So, as you initiate this 30-day evolution, I want you to contemplate beyond these 30 days. How can you extract the insights you acquire, the habits you cultivate, the mindset you develop, and project them into the future? How can you render this not merely a 30-day acceleration, but the initiation of a lifelong progression of personal expansion and achievement? Remember, achievement isn't a terminus, it's a voyage. It's a progression of perpetual enhancement, of constant acquisition, of relentless expansion. And that voyage initiates right here at this moment with your determination to dedicate yourself to these next 30 days. So proceed forward with bravery, with resolve, with steadfast faith in yourself and your capability. Welcome the test. Welcome the expansion. Welcome the evolution. Because 30 days forward, you won't merely have modified your habits or your actions, you'll have modified your existence. And perpetually remember, the superior investment you can execute is an investment in yourself. So invest these next 30 days prudently. Invest in your expansion and your acquisition and your achievement. Because when you invest in yourself, the returns are boundless. Now venture forward and render these next 30 days significant. Your future identity depends on you.